Okay, so it's a weekly meeting on the PHP 7.2 support on Magento 2 project. And let's go through updates on the project. So not everybody who are working on it could join the call, so I will go through all the updates that I have. Let me share my screen. Okay, you should see our ZenHub board right now. Let me know if you don't see it. Okay, so updates from my side. So I'm still trying to validate update of session ready session library. So what I need to validate is to double check if it doesn't break our cloud, because there was some suspicion about that, and we still have technical difficulties with deploying it on cloud, but I think I'm pretty close to it. So this is one thing that I'm working on. Then also some update on the project board. We had a contribution day, and for that day and just in general, we worked on breaking down the tasks into the smaller ones. So first of all, we broken down Zen framework one into some smaller tasks, like per library, with elimination of it. And I also created one task. Let me see if it's here. Probably not. So I created also one task of eliminating libraries which are not used neither in Magento code nor in marketplace extensions. So it should be, I think, pretty simple, just removing it, and they are not used in the in other libraries of Zen framework, so there are no dependencies on them. So if somebody wants, probably can take it. So this one is, let me see, remove unused libraries. So it's in the backlog, and I found out that those libraries can be, looks like they can be safely removed. Yeah. So this is one thing that I was investigating, and Vladimir Kubletsky was helping me with that. And also, yeah, we created other tasks. We have a template for Zen framework tasks. So basically, what we say is that we need to remove a library if it's possible, or replace it with Zen framework 2 version. Or if it's impossible, just fix any incompatibility with 7.2. So right now we have a list of the tasks. What else? Also, I created, I added tasks for updating libraries, like other libraries which do not impact PHP 7.2, basically, but which we still want to update. And they include investigation results. So most of them don't need any big changes. So there are just small issues with some of them, and some of them even, like, theoretically don't have any issues. So we have several of these tasks. Okay, what else? Let me see. Okay, so Patrick was working on, I don't see him on the call, but he was working on Magento Composer library. So he updated a Composer library there. I think we can look at the pull request. So he updated Composer library and also Symfony console to the version that we want to update in the Magento as well. PHP unit was updated to 6.2, but I don't know, maybe we will want to update it to 7.0. I was looking and there are not so big differences between version 6 and 7. So if we are updating, then we probably can update to the version 7, but potentially we can do it in a separate task related to, dedicated to PHP unit. So I was reviewing the pull request. It looks good, though I made a few changes. So I think, yeah, we will be merging it soon. So in general, it looks good. What else? Okay, we also have one contributor from the contribution day. So he was working on removing static review library, which we decided that we don't need. I think it's Roman. Roman, so he removed the library. I just changed the target branch because I think we can like merge this change directly to the tree develop. It has no dependencies on other libraries. And Roman was making pull request in a wrong branch, which we cannot merge to the main line. So right now, we are finishing code review for that, and I think it should be easy to merge this one. What else? About mcrypt, so Greg is working on the finalizing NCLD and publishing it to the community. So I guess he still wants internal architects to look at it. I think it should happen in the nearest days. And then we'll publish it so everybody can look at it. So basically we want to move to libsodium mostly, but I think for Magento 7.1 we might, for PHP 7.1 we might want to use mcrypt library as well. Or mcrypt compot maybe. So I will need to look into the design. So these are updates on the project that I know. I don't know, do you have maybe some questions to what I was talking about?
This is Piotr. I have a couple questions. First of all, does anyone know what's the deprecation policy for PHP? So the question behind that is if some language construct is deprecated in 7.2, will it go away in 7.3 or will it go away in 7.2.1, for example?
I think 7.3.
Okay, so we're kind of safe to some extent. Like if we're not on time with like removing everything, and we, let's say, suppress the notices, deprecated notices, we still have kind of time until 2.3. So 7.3. Okay. The second question is, was anyone able to just run disabled notices, deprecated notices, run the full build on 7.2, see what really fails?
So I was running, I did not disable notices. We can try to do that. I can add it to my notes.
Or just like with enable notices, just try to run Magento, run just some basic,
Yeah, so originally what I did, I was running builds and I was running Magento. I was just applying some workarounds to the items which produce errors or warnings. So there are some fatal errors, there are deprecation notices, and I was applying workarounds for those ones to bypass them. And so it's kind of working. I had issues with op cache enabled. For product creation flow, I couldn't create a product, but without op cache, I could create a product. I think I even could do checkout. I didn't check many scenarios, but like in general, it kind of works. Magento.
So all those additional issues that you found are here on the board, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
So it's based on the builds. So I was trying to come to the point where the builds do not terminate with a fatal error and produce just failures or recoverable errors. And yeah, so I could log as many issues as possible, the ones that I found.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So you think that we can try to disable deprecation notices, and like we will be okay if Magento will be running and builds will be working?
So this is not the greatest thing that we can do. This is what we will do for Magento 1, but this is not the greatest thing we want to do. But this is one of the options if we don't have enough time. And I don't see on this board, but I'm looking on this on my phone. Are those tasks marked like which are backward compatible, which are not? Like, is it prioritized by this?
Yes, we have a backwards and compatible label. So those ones are backwards and compatible. So mostly, I will double check the items that I added just yesterday, but I think I'm marking them. So those ones were created yesterday, like libraries update. So basically, all the libraries updates are backwards and compatible. I would say if it's a major or minor version change, because somebody can depend on the library included in Magento. And mcrypt is also a significant change.
Okay, and one additional question. Did you have a chance to run like, a query on the marketplace extensions to see, what's their status? Like how much do they use the Zen Framework 1 code that we plan to retire?
Okay. Yeah, for Zen Framework, yes, I have a result from that, and based on, so let me see. So I don't know if you see my screen. It's probably a little bit small.
I see just GitHub. The board.
Yes, yeah, no, I don't share this one. Okay, let me share a different screen. 1 second. I think this one. Yeah, let me just zoom it somehow. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can zoom it in Zoom, in Zoom browser. So yeah.
So this is the statistics for Zen Framework that we have. So this is total usage, total with marketplace. So basically, I have a file which contains all the marketplace usages, and Volodymyr Kublitsky was counting usages in the Magento, and then he combined all those. So in the end, we have this list of items which are not used directly in Marketplace or in Magento itself, but many of them are used indirectly. So like another Zen library depends on them. So I was analyzing this, and I came up with the list. Where is it? I was showing it before.
So I see Zen Captcha on this list, which is kind of interesting because I think we're using Zen Captcha in the core right now.
I replaced that earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we can.
I think that was one of the first I changed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know there were projects. I think there is still maybe one pull request which is under the question. Like it's still not merged. Probably there is a discussion there. I remember Alexei was showing it to me. But yeah, I came up with this list which in my understanding, can be safely removed. So we don't use those libraries at all.
And what about the deprecated PHP language instructions?
I didn't validate it on the marketplace.
Okay.
Can add it to the list. I'm just not sure when I will be able to validate it. Maybe we can request it. Ask marketplace.
To
do it.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions? So I don't know, David, as we have you here, what do you think about the tasks that we have for the Zen framework? Let me share. Okay, so now you can see probably Zen again.
Yeah,
so,
it looks good from my side. I had a talk yesterday with Christian from N98, and he was not concerned, but he was interested to know how it's going to be kind of communicated. Like it's fine for us to remove the Zen Framework 1 stuff, but it would be like you can see whether things are used in marketplace or external developers. Having a good I don't know, release notes or whatever to describe what we've done and why is important with this one, I guess. In terms of the tasks, the tasks look good. I like the approach to upgrade when possible or replace. Otherwise, fixing the compatibility. I know there is still one ongoing pull request in the community engineering teams with the Zen feed. I think it's Zen feed. So I think that would be another good one. I don't know if that's an 7.2 compatible or not, but it might be good. I think that's probably the one Eugene or so you got sent yesterday or today. But that would be a good one as well to process, I think.
I still want to look at that one. And here we think about upgrading Zen Framework 2 for now. Do you think it makes sense, or should we already start looking into Zen Framework 3?
I don't know. With the capture one, I went to Zen Framework 2. I was tempted to make it Zen Framework 3, but I just decided since it's being supported that 2 would be fine, and then going from 2 to 3 is probably easier than 1 to 2, if that makes sense. Especially with the fact that it's now in Composer and everything, just makes the process a little easier.
Okay. Do you think you will be interested in any of those tasks, or do you have any time or not?
I would love to, but I'm not sure if I have time at the moment. I would love to try, actually. Maybe during one of the next contribution days. I'm trying to think when the next ones are. But I'd love to pick up something.
Okay.
David, quick question. Essentially, the official end of coding is approaching pretty quickly. Like it was supposed to be early March, and we're way not done here, even with the ones that are backward incompatible, which we have to do in 2.3. Otherwise, we would have to wait until 2.4. Sorry for the weird sounds. I have my kid here. What do you see any chance of getting more community contributors for these specific tasks?
I can push for that. I had a few chats yesterday with a couple of developers who were interested in this, so I can push back and say, because I think most of our projects were running the same sort of issue, right? Where I think it's March, right? Is official kind of
but things like so MSI is kind of marketed feature, so it would be good to have in 2.3. But like the import export stuff, this is not critical, not backward compatible. Really can wait. a couple other things, not really critical, not backward incompatible. This has specific issue that it really should go into 2.3 because it's a major or minor, however you call it, release. That's why it's more time sensitive than some of the others.
Yeah, I can push and see if we have any more. What I can do is I can also mention it as part of with the team and see if whoever's running projects and stuff can kind of mention it to the people in their projects. I think especially things like MyCrypt, there'll be a lot of interest in replacing that. Yeah, I can do my best.
Yeah, thanks. That was really helpful. And just additionally, David, this is kind of the uncertainty if we are going to do that or not. Is also introducing a lot of issues in the DevOps process. We don't know what testing environments we should prepare for regression. What builds we should have 7.2 or 7.1, and it's just like creating a lot of confusion in other places. So the sooner we know, we'll be able to do that on time, the better for everyone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, I can do that.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Anything else? Okay, I guess that's... David, did you have something?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so then I guess that's it for today. I'll continue merging the pull request that we already have, and we'll publish the mcrypt design document soon. Then thank you all
Thanks
for today's meeting. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.